Okay, hello everyone. It's 1 o'clock and I would like to welcome you all to this Fronter webinar. My name is Trond Skeie. I'm the Sales and Marketing Manager for itslearning Fronter Norway. Together with me presenting today is Alf Proven, who is the Product Owner for our Fronter LMS. Before I hand over to Alf, I will just inform you that on the GoToWebinar control panel on the right side, you have the options to ask us questions. We will try to answer all questions during the webinar. You will also receive an email with the recording of this webinar after the session ends. If there is questions that we don't have time or not able to answer during this webinar, we will also send all questions and answer out on email to you after the session. So I hope you are comfortable and ready for Fronter a brilliant future. We now hand over the microphone and the screen to Alf Proven. So Alf, we are happy to hear about the brilliant future for Fronter. So Alf, the scene is yours.
Hi everyone, and thank you, Trond. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Good. Well, thank you everyone for attending this webinar. Going to talk a bit about the plans we have for Fronter in 2017, and especially now towards the start of the year, back to school in August or around August. And I'll show you a presentation I've prepared in just a minute. Let me know if you can see my screen. Can you see the presentation now? It should be on itslearning. Can everyone see it now? Yep. Good. Then we will go ahead. Yes. Well, let me tell you a little bit about myself. My name is Alf Proven. I'm the product owner for the Fronter platform. I live in the Oslo area in Norway. I have 2 kids, and I've been working in the IT industry and insurance industry previously, but also have some experience from BI Norwegian Business School, and I have a master's degree in management. And as we said, this webinar is going to be about, I'm just going to change the screen I'm sharing, just a moment. There you go. Sorry guys for that. Yeah, and as we said, we think that Fronter has a brilliant future, and now we are going to try to convince you that we actually do have a brilliant future. I'm going to tell you a bit about what we have done recently, what we are going to do in the near future, and something about how we are going to do it, why we are doing it. And we are going to show you how some teachers use Fronter, some creative use of the Fronter platform. At the end of the session, after the presentation, I will give a small demo of the new Nordlys skin. We are very excited about that one. And I think we'll open, at the end, it will be open for questions from you guys. So during the presentation, I won't take any questions, but we can take them at the end of this presentation. So what have we done in Fronter lately? In 2016, we were focusing a lot on stabilizing and improving the platform, a lot of fixing of bugs and stuff like that. And we are now feeling that the platform is ready for some new development and have started doing that, and it's now really stable. As you can see now, that's all part of the 99.99% uptime vision that we have for itslearning and the Fronter platform. I asked my manager, Torgeir, to tell me a bit about what we mean about uptime. And his reply is that uptime measures the amount of time that Fronter is available for our users to do their work using all the functions needed at an acceptable response time. And I added things that we can control, because there are stuff that sometimes is out of Fronter's control that might affect you. And we do our best always to try to solve it, whether we have full control or not. We are trying to find out the troubles and help solving troubles if you experience trouble. So we have a splendid support organization helping us and helping you guys when things are not working as supposed. And as you can see from the picture here, that we have now succeeded reaching this goal, that we have a lot of uptime in our system, and it's actually reached 100% from December, and also in February we reached that goal. What we have done now in the first quarter of 2017, we have been working a bit on the assignment tool. I'll come back more to that because we promised to do a lot, but we haven't done all the things, but I'll come back to more about that. We have added some feedback loop functionality. This is now in pilot testing with some customers, and the plan is to have this ready before the start of year 2017. We have also done some work on the individual learning plan, or individuell utvecklingsplan, som det kalles på svenska. We have done some work on the PDF report. It's now a zipped file, and it should be more easy to find students when you're looking for them. We also done some fixing of sorting of names. That was we had some trouble with special characters in Sweden, so we have now fixed that problem as well. In the test tool, we have made some improvements, and we have outside the test tool, we have added a multiple downloader, and we also done some fixing in the background, stuff that normally won't be seen, but administrators would know something about importers, CSV importers, but that's a bit technical, so I won't go into any details about that now. And if you want to know more about what has been done inside Fronter, we have a web page showing a lot of information. At the bottom of this slide, you can see the address that you can go to, and you can see more details about what we have done inside Fronter lately. So that's a bit about what we have been doing, and now I'm going to tell you a little bit about what we're going to do in the near future. We are now working more with the assignment tool. We are setting up a centralized plagiarism service, and this is to prepare us to be able to use Urken, who is also a plagiarism provider. FRS is the existing one, and now we are also having, will before the start of the year have the opportunity to use Urken as a provider as well. In the absence tool, we have done some general improvements, or going to do some general improvements, and we are going to add some functionality that the Norwegian government, they made some new rules last year, And now we are adding functionality inside our absence tool to be able to meet those requirements. Inside the test tool, we are going to add a new question type that we call close test. And outside it, we are going to prepare for the start of year. There are some fixes we need to do, and general work to make this start of year be as smooth as possible. And also some small work. This is the add option to update the social security number is more for the Norwegian and Swedish market. That's stuff we will do there as well. And we are also making some improvements to our user interface and the user experience. I'll come back to show you more about what we call Nordlys, the Northern Lights or Aurora Borealis. This is a working title for a new skin that we are developing. And I'm looking forward to show you a bit more about that. This will improve the user experience on web, but also on tablets and mobile phones. And now I'm going to tell you a little bit about how we are working to achieve these things. We are doing some, or have done some improvements to the way we work inside Fronter. And we are trying to be more focused. So we are looking at a few areas of the Fronter platform at the same time. We are not going to look at every part of Fronter. I'm not going to fix every part of Fronter in one go. That's not possible. So we are focusing on a few areas that we believe are the most important areas at this moment. And that means that we're working on core tools and processes inside Fronter. And of course, we are having a dialogue with you guys, listening to you and trying to fix the things that you feel are most important. I mentioned that we are improving how we work. So we are going to hire some more teams to work on the Fronter platform. This is something that's ongoing. I'm going to come back to some more details about that a bit later. We are also hiring more user experience experts so we can improve the user experience even more. There's some new management. Torgeir started last year. I started last year. We have a Scrum Master, Elin, who started last year. So we are looking into the processes that we're working on. We are very specific about working in Agile, for those of you who know something about that. We hope this will make us more efficient in the way we work. And part of my job is to balance short-term versus the long-term improvements inside Fronter. When we are doing stuff now, we are not trying to do quick fixes. We are actually trying to make things work properly. So we are spending a bit more time, but doing it the right way. That's important for us now. And that also means prioritizing what we are going to work on. And as I said, trying to be more focused. So I'll show you more when you come back to the roadmap itself, what I mean with that. And as I said, we want to listen to our customers. And what have you been saying to us? Well, you want us to focus on what's important, and that means supporting daily tasks for admins and teachers. Especially, we feel that the platform, of course, you are students inside the platform, there could be parents inside the platform, but we feel that the teacher, that is what Fronter really wants to support. The everyday task that the teacher performs, that is what we are striving to make as good as possible. And we are improving the user experience both for the teachers and the admins and the students. The core tools that we have decided to work on now is, as I mentioned, the assignment tool, the ILP, individual learning plan, absence and test, and this plagiarism that's also inside the assignment tool. That's our focus at the moment. And we are, of course, going to continue to be stable and available to make sure that the Fronter platform is also always available for you. So we are doing some major infrastructure upgrades to have complete control ourselves of everything. So we are having a big NIF line project. That's the working title for it inside Fronter. And yeah, that will make us sure that we have very good control to maintain this 99.99% vision of uptime. So some of you might have seen the presentation on YouTube or was attending the BET conference in London in January. And this was the roadmap I presented at that time. And now I'm going to show you that now we have come to Q2 and we have made some updates to the roadmap. And the biggest change is that the work that we had planned for the assignment tool, we have moved that. So we are working on that the last 2 quarters of 2017. And the main reason for that is that we are now onboarding some new teams. There will be more development teams working on Fronter, but it takes some time to make sure that they are up to speed and know the Fronter platform and know what to do before they start taking responsibility. So we are spending a lot of quality time trying to make these new teams as good as possible. And of course, that will take some focus away from our existing teams. They have to focus on training these new teams that we are setting up. So that means that the assignment tool will be a bit delayed compared to the plan we had earlier this year. But then when the teams are up and running, then we hope to do a lot more at a quicker speed. So the last quarter of 2017, maybe some into 2018, we want to do major improvements inside the assignment tool. And the plan is that we, before the start of year, next year again, the 2018 start of year, then we will retire the existing hand-in tool. So that is part of the work that we are doing. We are creating the new assignment tool, and that should be doing everything that you're used to getting in the hand-in tool. And there should also be some other improvements. So you'll get more in the new assignment tool than you had in the hand-in tool. Sorry, the assignment tool will be better and have more functionality than you have in the hand-in tool. We're going to do some more stuff on the user interface later. And of course, the start of year, there are different projects that we have to attend. So the main focus this spring that our development teams will be working hard on this plagiarism and individual learning plan, and also making sure that the 10% rule is in place in good time before the start of year 2017. And the onboarding, that will continue during the summer, and hopefully we'll get a lot of traction for those teams over the summer, and then we can start looking at more of the things that we planned earlier. So a short summary of what we are going to do before the start of year 2017. We are going to have some improvements to the IRP tool. Absence tool will be a bit improved, and also support for the 10% rule. Additional support for plagiarism provider in the assignment tool. The new feedback loop functionality should be ready for use. And we are going to have ready some test tool improvements, and the new question type, the close test, should be available. And of course, the most exciting thing, I think, is the new Nordlys skin with the new navigation inside of Fronter. And why are we doing all of this? Well, we are doing this to make Fronter a platform where the teachers and the students can collaborate on making the best learning experience. It is a collaboration between the students and the teachers, and Fronter should be a tool that facilitates this. As I mentioned, one of the things that are coming very soon, hopefully, is the assignment tool feedback loop. This is in pilot testing, as I mentioned. and it will be a way of communicating between the teacher and the student. So this supports what I said about collaboration between the teacher and the student. So then if we succeed in this feedback loop, implementing this feedback loop, you can communicate around an assignment that you have handed out, and student can ask questions if they're uncertain about stuff, and they don't, as a teacher, you don't get it in your mailbox, you will rather have it inside Fronter and in connection with the assignment, so there's no confusion what questions are related to. We have this multiple downloader that we have, it should be available for you already, and with this one it makes it possible to download multiple files at the same time from Fronter to your computer, and hopefully this will save you both time and space, both the teachers and the students. And of course the new Nordlys skin. I'm going to give you a better demonstration later, but this is just a quick view of some of the look and feel, and this is work in progress, so it might look different when it comes out to you, but we're trying to make a more modern look inside Fronter and make it easier to navigate. And this improvement, it's not going to be visible just in the web application, it's going to be make it easier to use Fronter when you're on a tablet or on a mobile phone. We are clearing up some what we call real estate on the screen. At the moment we don't have the tabs because they are very hard to reach, especially on a mobile phone. We have been getting some feedback, so we're not decided exactly how it will be, but the important thing is that it should be easy to navigate also when you're on tablet and a mobile phone. And there will also be a new search functionality that will make it possible to search for content inside, both the content and people, and also rooms, everything that you need to find. We hope that this new search page will make it easier to find things, and you know where to go to find your things if you're not sure where they are. Now I would like to share some stories with you. There's a lot of creative teachers using our platform, and well, of course you know this, but I think it's worth to see how someone have been using it. Yeah, by the way, we have just moved offices for Fronter, so this is the new view from our office. Well, I wish it's not quite that, but we have actually moved to new and very beautiful, an excellent location in Oslo city center. So that's a fresh start for us, and everyone is really excited about this new location. But back to the point. Yeah, how do teachers use the Fronter platform? Here it's a teacher, it's Marit Borkin. She's a project leader of the county governor of Uppland, and they have to train guides that do hiking in the mountain and stuff like that, and they're not always able to attend classrooms or to go and take the courses together with everyone else. So they have created a solution where you can take it online. And here's an example where she's telling about the reindeers that you can meet when you're hiking and how you should behave when you meet those. And here we have Ronnie, who's a teacher who tried to see Fronter from a student's perspective. So he's turned around, and what he did was to try to simplify things by seeing it from the students how they use the Fronter platform, and that might be a good thing as a teacher, because myself, when I was attending as a student, took my master's degree at BI, I saw myself that teachers, there are so many ways to use, that's both its learning platform and the Fronter platform, and there are so many ways to use the platform. So it can be a bit confusing for a student if many different teachers use the platform to present their material in many different ways. So that is something to think about as a teacher, to try to simplify it for the students. And Ronnie also used Fronter to gain some feedback and from the students about the changes he made, and his own words is that made him a better lecturer and also got the students more engaged. And the last one I'm going to show you is, this is Tom Erik Kjønniksen. He's a teacher at Østfold Vocational School. This is a school for students in technical trades and health professions. And he also had a focus on simplifying the Fronter platform for their students. And what he did was to change focus from having one room for every subject to having just one room to the students, that the students could go to find everything they needed. And the students seem to have responded quite well to that. So this is an example of how that could be done. They go into this one page, and from this page they can find most of the stuff that they're looking for. So there are many good ways of using the Fronter platform, and yeah, we are going to make it even easier both for students and you teachers to use our platform in the future, and hopefully we could also make some processes better for administrators when we dive into the different tools that we have inside Fronter. And yeah, one of our main goals is, of course, to make you teachers even greater teachers by providing you a good tool to do your job. And this is closing in on the end of the presentation itself. This is a citation I like really well. When you elevate education, you elevate society. And that is something that I think it makes my job every day. Thinking about this makes my job every day really, really fun to go to. I really enjoy working with the Fronter platform and trying to do something, because education is so important in the world today, and what we can do to help you teachers provide education to students, that is what keeps us going. So that was the end of the presentation itself, and then it's Fronter demo time. So I'll just switch screens here for a moment, just a moment.
Alf?
Yeah.
There are a couple of questions. Maybe you can take them now?
Yeah, we can take some questions now. That's okay.
Okay, the first one is from Nadine. She's asking, when will the closed test will be available?
Well, we are in the closing phase of this. We have a team working on, we have to do some testing, of course, and stuff like that. So it will be ready before the start of the year, but we are going to make it available for someone that would like to be part of pilot testing of it, so we can make sure that, well, we have made something that we think will be okay, and then we will get your help, get feedback from teachers to see if we hit the mark or if we need to make some adjustments before the start of the year. So I think now within April we will have something that we could start shipping out to pilot customers and start testing for us and get some feedback.
Mm. And then there is also a question very relevant about cloud services from Kai Åge. Will there be integration with G Suite?
We do not have any plans at the moment for that. We are going to, at the end of the year, there will be some let me go back to the roadmap. Just a second. The G Suite we will not support in this year anyway. So yeah, what we have planned for is the Google Drive support. That's mainly what we are going to focus on when it comes to integration of third-party tools and yeah, cloud integration as well.
Okay, and the final question so far from Medina again is: the Fronter planning to provide more? Is Fronter planning to provide more reporting analytics tool?
That is something we are looking into. It will not be anything this year, but yeah, we know there's a need out there. We would like to improve the reporting, but that, yeah, well, that's one of the items that we are looking at and trying to see if we can do something about in 2018. So the new roadmap for 2018 might have some stuff on that, because we understand the need for better reporting in the platform.
Okay, Alf, that was all the questions so far. Please ask more questions if you like, and you can continue with your demo, Alf.
Thank you. Yeah, it's not going to be a long and long demo. It's going to be presenting this new skin. Well, this is how Fronter looks for many of you. This is the classic look, your classic skin. And what we have done now is that we have made this new Nordlys skin. I'm just going to switch to that now. This is just a setting that the users can use. So this new skin, it eventually it will be made available for everyone, but I think we haven't concluded yet. But my guess is that the first time we release the Nordlys skin, it's going to be as an option to choose, that you have to go in yourself and choose, but we will give a lot of information when we have released it, and then you have to select it yourself. But the good thing, of course, is that if this new look and feel is not appealing to you, you can go back to the view that you are used to. But hopefully you will like the new look and feel, and it will hopefully make navigation inside Fronter better, and also look a bit more modern than what you are used to. So I'm just selecting this new skin, and as you can see on the top now, there's different color. This is work in progress, so there might happen more things to this bar itself. That you can see the content on the page is for now just the same. So the major change is the bar at the top, where you now, what we have done is to remove the tabs, and this frees up a lot of what we call real estate. That's the space on the screen. So especially if you're on a mobile phone, it will make it easier to see the content of the page. But we also created menus, so you can, with just one click, you should easily be able to get access to the things you need. This is just an example of what could be in this menu, and we will look at putting up there. So we are open to suggestion of what you would like to have in this menu, for example. So with as few clicks as possible, we hope to make it easier for you to find the stuff that you're looking for by very few clicks. We also have this new menu option where you can go into the fronter and find rooms that you have. You can have, for administrators, they can lock rooms or lock content on the page, so everyone will get those rooms at least, or whatever items you would like everyone to have access to. And you yourself can pin and unpin content for rooms or the other things that you'd like to have. And we have also made it possible to search within the platform now, and the search will be improved even more at a later stage. For now, one of the ideas we have is that if you just put in one letter, it will find every room or content that starts with an A. But if I click one more letter, you can see then you will find every item that has this combination of the letters. And then again, if I click one more, then it will just sort on the items that has this content only. So for now, the first version is search for rooms and major things in Fronter, but you will also get the option to search for contacts and of course the content search. That is something we hope will make it easier for you to find the stuff that's inside Fronter without knowing what room it belongs in, stuff like that. So this is, as I said, this is work in progress. We are going to add also the bell on the top that you're used to, that where you can see warnings if there are some messages to you or something you need to get notified with. So we are going to implement that very soon now, and we will have some version ready. I just talked to the lead developer on this yesterday, and yeah, we're hoping to have something ready for pilot testing within April, and we will gather some feedback, and our goal is to release the new skin before start of year. Yeah, so that was basically what I was planning to show you guys, and yeah, I hope you have some comments and questions that we could yeah, I'd like some feedback from you guys and hear what you're thinking, both about the plans from the roadmap, but also the new skin that we have just presented for you. So is there any questions, Trond, from anyone?
Yes, Alf, we do have some questions, and please ask more questions if you have about the presentation or the demo. Peter is wondering what the ambitions with the mobile app is.
Yeah, as you can see from the roadmap, we have not planned to do anything this year. The reason for that is that we have focused on working on the application itself, and also then trying to improve the experience on your mobile with the changes that we do in the web application. But next year, because we know this is something everyone uses a mobile today, and to have a mobile app that supports and gives you access to relevant content from Fronter is of course important. So this is high on our list for 2018.
Okay, there is also a question here which from Gerald. Q4 is Google Drive. When is My Drive?
Well, that is something we need to look into next year. We have a list of stuff that we would like to do, and with more teams available, I hope we can get some more stuff done. And I can't make any promises, but that is one of the things that we're going to look into, of course, for next year.
Okay, so just to clarify, the integration where you can connect your Google content will be in Q4.
That's what we're aiming for. We are starting the development work in Q4, and when it will be ready, I'm not going to make any promises. We haven't done any deeper analysis of it yet because we are focusing on the items on the left of this roadmap at the moment, and we will start looking into the details when we come into Q4.
Okay, Alf, I don't have any more questions now. So I'm just wondering if you want to like to just wrap this up.
Yes, if there is no more questions for now, then but of course it's possible to reach us if anything comes up. You can contact your account managers and they can forward questions, and it's also possible to reach us in support channels as well if there are questions, and we'll try to answer as much as possible.
Okay,
But we'll promise to answer everything.
Yeah, Alf, just one final question that came up. Just reach it.
Yep.
Do the plans for ILP development also include the goals tool? We use goals significantly, but don't link them to ILPs yet.
We have not planned to do this now, but the ILP tool itself, it's a really important tool in Fronter. So we will spend some more time looking into it and trying to improve, but also, yeah, if goals is going to be connected, I can't make any promises about that, but I understand that need, and that is something we will see if we can do something about. But I don't think we will be able to do that this year.
Okay, as we said in the start, this webinar has been recorded. We will send this recording out to you. I think it's tomorrow that it's being kind of scheduled. In the presentation, also your email, Alf, is there, so people can of course contact you or their local teams. And I would like to say farewell to everyone and hope you had a nice experience with this webinar.
Thank you so much for attending, everyone.